So I'm really excited for our Positively campaign to take on. I think this is a really great way for us to keep in mind trying to stay positive. I think as organizations we're always too focused on all the things that we have to do, like socials and study hours and chapter meetings and doing all these stuff for our positions. And I don't think we put a lot of emphasis or focus on taking care of each other and trying to stay positive and like how do you take care of yourself and how do you also help your members take care of themselves. And so through this Positively PLC campaign, hashtag mind, body, and soul, we really just want to keep in mind to stay positive through as many things as we can, whether that's things that happen in our life personally or things that happen in the nation. Sometimes we all know that life gets hard, and just kind of hopefully after the semester or the next semester, this Positively PLC is kind of this thought, this mindset of just being positive becomes a habit and becomes a part of who we are. And I think it's really important to just always keep in mind that you have people around you who are there for you and are trying to stay positive for yourself and for each other as well. And so I'm really excited for this to take on.
I think remaining positive in your life is just really important for overall happiness. And for me, that looks like doing and saying things to make my sisters smile and laugh and spending a lot of time with them.
I think it's important to remain positively PLC because in a world today, it's all too easy to become negative. It's too easy to become jaded by the world around us and the things and the actions that people have and the way people interact with each other. It's all too easy. I choose to remain positively PLC by practicing self-care, and that to me means spinning every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning and drinking lots of coffee and hanging out with sisters that bring joy and bring laughter into my life. You see these laugh lines? Those are because of sisters. I think it's also important for me to reach out to younger sisters who may be battling a mental illness or maybe having their own troubles that they're navigating through, and so helping them navigate those waters and become positively PLC as well.
I think being positive is really important in life just because it helps you have a better outlook on things. When you're positive, people around you are positive. I've always been a pretty positive person, and I think it just helps to bring others up. College is definitely challenging, and I learned a lot about myself during the process, going through PLC, being a sister, and my sister's positivity is what got me through. Life is hard. I recently found out that I'm bipolar, so it comes with a lot of highs and a lot of lows, and when things get me down, I just have to remember that it's only temporary and it's not going to last. And I bring myself up by being positive, listening to great music, and just finding things that make me happy. Whether that's working out to keep your body right or, going to a therapist to keep your mind right. I think there's something positive that you can find in every day.
Biologically, if you smile, like even if it's a fake smile, automatically your body just feels better. It releases a hormone and you feel happier. Just the same way as when you're kind to someone else, it releases a different hormone that also makes you feel better. And so just being kind to each other is good for you, but also it feels nice when someone gives you a compliment and you know that it's genuine. Instead of feeling competitive, you feel happy for someone else's success. I think that's really cool about Positively PLC, where I get to see the great things that my sisters are doing, and I get to feel part of their happiness. And it's really important for women specifically and for women of color, because we're pushed down so often by everyone else that we shouldn't feel like we have to push down each other. We should empower each other, even if we're not part of the same sorority, even if we're not Greek. We're women, and we should feel good that someone else is doing good.
I think being Positively PLC helps us out with being more healthy in a way that we're more focused in class, where we have more motivation. I feel like I lack it, and I feel like it's because the way I eat and being more careful as to paying attention to what I eat will help me get more motivation as to like going to the library to do homework or going to the rec to work out and stuff like that.
I think it's important to be positive as a woman of color, because there's a lot of really ugly things going on in our world right now. But I think it's also important to be positive within yourself, because that consists of like self-love and self-appreciation. And when everything is so ugly, you need to have that positivity in order to just see the beauty in like such an ugly things. And aside of that, you have such a powerful group of women that are there right there to support you.
To be positive because it allows you to have a healthy mindset. So when everything around you is going wrong, if you stay positive with yourself and with the people around you, you will honestly feel just so much happy, and having a group of women who help you achieve that is just really powerful.
I believe it's important to be positive with yourself because you become a lot more confident as a human. And when you become more positive and more confident within yourself, you can bring that to another group of women. For example, PLC for me. And I feel like around social media, around campus, around anything that's advertised, there's a lot of negativity around like women of color and women let alone. And I just feel that we need that more in our world, and that we need to empower each other a lot more, and we can only begin that by being positive about everything around us, and that just because times are getting hard, it doesn't mean it's going to be like that forever.
So being positively PLC is really important to me just because I think being positive with yourself and with like other groups in general makes the atmosphere feel a lot more like home, and makes it easier to like contribute to each other and make each other grow. So I think that's one big aspect of why I am so positive as well, just because as long as I'm growing, you're growing as well. And with a smile on your face, anything can change.
So just talking about being positive, I know my first year I was really struggling with whether or not I should stay at CSU, and so I was having a lot of negative thoughts and being really negative about everything. So I really struggled, but being able to find PLC and having the positivity just from my sisters like in return gave me positivity, and so now I feel like I have a lot more like willpower to stay here, and it just like really builds up. So being positive has really like gives you the power to really change your future and manipulate the ways in which you want your future to look like.
Being positively PLC is important because when you feel good, you look good and you radiate goodness. Also, being positive is so important because it gives you a more positive outlook in life. You start seeing things through a different lens, and when you're positive, your vibes radiate positiveness for the others, you know? You wake up and everything's beautiful, you have more of a drive, you're golden.
I think that it's important to be positive, but because there's so much negativity in our world, especially the media likes to focus only on the negative, that you have to keep yourself positive in order to keep going. Like even just if it's going on a run one day, or taking some time to yourself and taking a nap, or doing a face mask, like that's all super important. And I think to do it as a group, also collectively, is very important because that just allows the positivity to grow.